we always start with show me your balance sheet.
Yeah.
8 out of 10 have no idea where to find it.
Do they know what a balance sheet is and why it's
Right.
useful
Yeah.
for them?
I think I've heard you say a number of times, they look in their checking account
Yep.
and they see a positive number there and they say, well, we have this much in cash. They have no idea what payables are, even if they have receivables, what they are. They have no idea if there's any contingent liabilities. They just are, it's day to day. Now, that's okay. Let's not sit here and lord this over people like, look at us. It's like, this is just fundamental stuff that when you wake up each morning, it's like, let's understand I have this much cash. And by the way, if sales miss my budget, here's what's going to happen to my cash.
Right.
So let's understand all of those things. And there's just really simple ways to do that. But
Right.
boy, before you get behind the 8 ball and not understand what your balance sheet is, and then are you generating cash? Oftentimes is just the blank stare like, well, yes. I mean, we're selling things.
Yeah.
Therefore, we must be generating cash.
Right.
But they don't know the difference.
No.
And if they say, well, my accountant knows, you just kind of hang up.
Exactly. I guess your accountant's your CEO.
Exactly.
Yep. Yeah. I like to help them understand. So the way I put it, I don't know what you think about this, is the role and intent of an income statement to me is your business model profitable?
Good.
Bottom
Yeah,
line.
that's good.
And then the role and intent of a balance sheet is your business healthy, financially healthy?
Mm-hmm.
And then we go from there. You and I help them from there.
Right. Yeah.
So what decisions would you make from understanding these numbers? And that helps them connect dots between what their financials look like, and then what talent decisions, like, hey, I want to hire this person, what talent decisions they need to make, the execution, the strategy they want to deploy, and then feeding that back into those can help them see, okay, well, if the state of my business model is this today, and I change my strategies, what's the state of my business model tomorrow? All that shows up in a income statement, and then all of it eventually just flows into a balance sheet. And balance sheet's the king, I think, right? Or
absolutely.
in reality,
always start with the balance sheet. Always.
Okay.
Yeah. Always.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if they, we used to give a T-shirt to the founders of companies that we invested in. It says DROC on the front. Don't run out of cash. And they would all laugh and say, "Oh, that's great." And we're just sitting there looking at them.
Serious.
Like, no, we're serious.
No, serious.
So,
DROC.
And I do think that the days of funding and just continually not operating at a profit are probably numbered. There's the cycles of investing in particularly e-commerce companies. You've got to show, I know my metrics. I know where my business stands. I've got this much cash. The model's working now. If I just had this much more cash to operate, I would be here.
Right.
And you don't have those endless cycles of let's just keep funding losses.
Right.
I think those days are gone.
No, totally gone. Yeah.
And plus, 100%. It doesn't take that much capital to get going.
Right.
So you can prove out a model and get it rolling. But if you don't have a handle on that balance sheet and then those hard costs of what it costs, your margins, like you say, it's really difficult to help those.
Yeah. I was working with a founder, and she said, hey, I look at my bank account.
Right.
That's how I know. That's how I know if my business is being run correctly or not.
Yeah.
I said, well, let's put a profit and loss together. Let's see what that looks like.
Yeah.
And before you knew it, we were looking at a business that was pretty unhealthy,
really,
business model wise, losing 5 digits every single month. Yeah. She's in the red, in the profit, in the EBITDA side. And now she knows. Now she's aware.
Yeah, interesting.
So she's a little scared, but at the same time, that fear was really not knowing the numbers. Her new observation is, okay, I think I can control this. Let's figure out how we can get back to profitability.
That's great.
Until that happens, until those numbers are down on paper and you're staring at them
Yep.
every single month, every single
Yep.
day, you don't know if you're making good decisions or not
Yeah.
about your
Sometimes it's like a
business.
2x4 right in the face.
Yes.
And you just have to then say, okay, wait a sec. I'd better figure this out.
Yeah.
You know, the founder that I had talked to this morning emailed me, said, hey, that was a great exercise. Let me tell you how we've repositioned this.
Yep.
Because one question I'd asked him is, if, you know, you had $1 million, what would the business look like a year from now? What if you had 10 million?
Right.
And he just rethought things altogether. And it really flipped to, well, this is what it does cost us to get a customer. If I had this much money, it would add a couple of zeros to the top line. Here's what it really would allow us to do. And so he's swinging for the fences now versus cowering and saying, I got to do this stuff. And by the way, we're not going to buy any desks, you know, because that's
true.
the last thing you want your money to go toward.
Right.
But it's like, wow, that was really freeing.
Exactly.
It makes me think differently.
Helps you make better decisions. And that's the reality.
And it was refreshing because he said, in a year, we would have this much cash. That's not where he started. Yeah. He said, we would be generating this much cash. Right. And I just wanted to hug him and just say, great, good job.